today in the morning at 11 o'clock, I had a meditation session with my spiritual mentor and spiritual comrade, Pietra. Three of us, we did a meditation. Actually, they did meditation. I was kind of sleeping. I don't know, I cannot really, right now or for a few years, I kind of joined those meditation groups, but those meditation sessions, but I cannot really focus. Maybe certain times I can, but I don't know, this time I didn't. And I was just lying down on my bed and they were meditating and I was just lying down, that's it. And then the meditation ended. They started to have conversation, and Pietra, my spiritual comrade, she started to talk about her group that she created. And the group that she created, the people in the group, they all have some mental distortions, like people with autism, people with ADHD, people with OCD, every kind of bipolar, all types of mental distortions that you can count. And she also put me in the group because she thinks, and two of my other friends, they think that I have ADHD. I don't want to diagnose myself. I think that everyone is unique. Those mental names, those names that we give to ourselves, eventually it excludes us from the society. So I don't think we need such kind of names. We are just unique beings, that's it. And we kind of also started to talk during, after the meditation, that she told me that maybe we all are starseeds and we all have different frequency. That's why we have all these mental names, because when you are coming from different star system, maybe your energy is not so aligned with this place, and that's why you look weird or you behave weird compared to other people. So who knows, there's so many hypotheses, we don't know why some people seem to be a little abnormal compared to others. And then she said that she thinks that she has autism, she has bipolar, and she has OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And she was kind of listing almost all the problems. She was thinking that she has all these three. And then I was thinking maybe I also have OCD, because I remember I don't have to remember, even nowadays, I've been contemplating about the relationships that I fight so hard but I couldn't experience, eventually made me to be obsessed about them. I remember when I was in the middle school, there was a classmate of mine who came from US, and so he was the marginal guy in the class, and so I was really obsessed with him because I really liked him so much. And he was later on dispelled from the school due to the porn magazine that he brought to the school. And after he dispelled from the school, I get even more obsessed about him because the fact that I couldn't tell him that I liked him so much becomes so heavy in my heart. And I never dated anyone in my middle school or in my primary school or even in high school. I never dated anyone. I was really too shy, and But it was maybe the first time I just wanted to tell a person that I really liked him, but I also couldn't dare because I was kind of a nerd person. Like, I just couldn't tell the words out. Like, I simply couldn't tell. And the guy was disappeared. He changed to another, like he went to another school, but I didn't even know which school he was going. And I was always like walking around with the hope that I would see him again, and I could never see him again. Then the years passed by. I went to university. I was 17 years old when I went to university. I wasn't even adult yet. I wasn't even 18 yet. And when I was 17 years old, I was still thinking about him. And then I found his Facebook finally, because it was I guess maybe the first years or first a few years that Facebook was becoming famous, popular. So I was researching that maybe I would find him, and then I finally found him. But his name was different, and his name was his name even wasn't Turkish name, like because he was a U.S. citizen and also Turkish citizen, but in the Facebook the name was English, and I don't even know how I found it, but I was like, I can see how I really liked him so much, to a point that I've been so ambitious to find him. And eventually I found him, and I told him that if he was still remembering me. I asked him, and he told me that he wasn't remembering me. And then I told him that we were going the same middle school, and then he was expelled from the school, and because of the porn magazine that he brought. And after I told him all this event, he was so shocked, like he was so surprised that I was still remembering such events, and how clear the scenery was, like all these memories, all these years. And then I told him that I was so and so, and he told me that, wow, I become so beautiful, like he couldn't even recognize me. And then he told me that he has already got married and had 2 kids in US, and his wife is from US. Then I said, you know what, I didn't find you because I wanted to be with you. I just wanted to tell these words out. I just didn't want to have it in my heart. Like, I just didn't want to carry the burden of not telling. Although it was not the right timing to tell, but I just wanted to tell it out. Like, I just don't want to have any burden in my life, any burden in my heart that I didn't tell. And so then these days I've been contemplating about my past and also my current situation. The person that I for the past few years that I was kind of obsessed with, and I don't know if this is obsession, or it might be obsession. Like, I don't know the medical term, or I don't know what the term that people use for this, but it could be that obsession. But the thing is, I'm quite aware of my feelings, and the person that currently, or few years, that I'm quite obsessed with is the person that I met in the end of the 2018. And it was like a really short time that we kind of dated, but later he moved to another place, and then he started to date another person. Then I sent message to him. I just told him that I wanted to be with him, And he told me that he was sorry, he met someone else. He was seeing someone else. And then that kind of destroyed my ego. And also I don't know, like I felt so horrible. I felt so angry, but at the same time disappointed, but at the same time upset, sad, because I felt like, I don't know if these feelings are coming from being rejected, or was I really feeling in love with him? Like I'm not even sure. I cannot really prove. I cannot tell for sure, because sometimes we humans are really complex. We cannot, like, sometimes I don't even know how to say, like, sometimes our psyche is becoming so overwhelming with the maybe deeply seated traumas that make us feel certain feelings that maybe in fact we don't feel, but it just seems like we kind of perceived as so. So after he rejected me, I felt like he was my soulmate, he was my twin flame. How come he rejected me? Like, what's going on? Like, I loved him so much, and I felt a strong connection with him, like he was my soulmate. That's what I felt like after the rejection. So it made me kind of become more obsessed with him. But then thankfully I was really busy with my studies and also work, so it kind of helped me to numbing myself and my feelings. But at the same time, I time to time still think about him, and I time to time still dream about him, and I sometimes see him in the school. I mean, rarely, but sometimes see him in the school, and then I saw him with other girls. I was always feeling so upset. But yeah, time passed by, and I kind of become more mild, like my obsession become more milder. Then I met someone from Germany, and he become kind of like my best friend at that time in 2019. He become like a really, I don't know, he was kind of like sent by God, as though God wanted me to see that there is so many other options in the world. Like, he kind of helped me with my obsession about that guy. So, but the problem is that this German guy was also in relationship, but he was also in love with me. Like, I would say I really liked him so much. He kind of helped me to heal myself. Like, he kind of helped me to open my eyes to other options, like other possibilities. Like, he just told me, like his presence kind of told me that there are so many other so-called soulmates in the world. Like, there are so many so-called twin flames or soulmates which is compatible with you. Like, that guy was not the only person. But still, maybe because he was in relationship, so I wasn't as like fully satisfied with the result. But he always, like that German guy, he always treat me so nice that I kind of felt like, wow, like this guy really treat me so well, like as I really deserve, as a lady really deserve. Like, he will take me to the very luxury places, and he would like treat me like a really lady, and he will tell me really nice things. He would always take my picture. Like, he just really enjoyed my presence. and he always made me laugh, and he really, like, I really felt that he really enjoyed my presence. I really had really great time with him, but at the same time to time, I still think about the guy that I was obsessed with, so-called obsession. And because in the interim of me going out with this German guy, I also saw him with some other girl, the guy that I was obsessed with. So I was still, like, he was still reminding himself to me, or maybe God kind of was testing me. I don't know. Like, there are so many things that we cannot really understand. The logic sometimes cannot comprehend certain things. And so the German guy went to his home after the COVID-19, like when the COVID-19 just outburst. Then I was all by myself, and I was feeling so depressed and so bogged down with the feelings, intense feelings, and like too many thoughts. Like I was swimming all this soup of thoughts in the midst of loneliness and isolation in the COVID-19. And then after, I guess, maybe 1 year, I started to talk to that guy that I was obsessed with. Then I started to understand, like I just really wanted to understand him, and I just wanted to show him that I was deserving of his love. Like he shouldn't reject me. Like I was really trying to kind of get his validation. And then after maybe 1 year or sometime, I don't really remember, he rejected me again after me doing all these things to show him that I really cared and I really loved him. Like I will say that I did everything in my hand to satisfy him and to tell him that I really cared about him and I really loved him. But eventually he told me that we were more than friends, but we were still not dating. He would date me after he come here. So he kind of made me feel like he kind of made me feel like I was one of his options, and he was using me because I don't know, he at that moment I was really pissed off, like the audacity, I wouldn't say the term, the what's the term, the arrogance that he had, like as though he had so many options, which is possible because he's a very attractive person and very smart. The arrogance that he had pissed me off, especially after me doing all these things, after me investing all my time and emotions and energy on him. That arrogance that he had made me so pissed off with his behaviors. And then I just told him that, you know what, just block me, otherwise I will destroy him, because I had so much anger and resentment after all I did for him. All I got was a rejection, another rejection. So then I blocked him, he blocked me. And then these days, I guess it was last week, I unblocked him, and I realized I was still blocked by him. So of course I felt so horrible again, because how dare, after all I did for you, how dare you still block me? The arrogance that he has is top of the floor. And And what I felt sad about is that all my illusions in my mind, like I felt sad, I felt disappointed for the illusions that I created in my mind. I always felt as though he was my twin flame, as though he was my soulmate. Like I had so many fantastic, dreamy, like stories in my brain that is kind of shattered by him. Like it kind of, his behavior kind of disappointed all the fantasy, romantic stories that I built in my mind. And so these days I was like contemplating about my past relationship and this relationship, which happened for a few years already. I was kind of like thinking about how, and also my spiritual comrade Pietra kind of reminded me how I can be obsessive sometimes about certain people. And I think it's not only me. I think it's we humans in general. When we get rejected, we tend to be like that. And now, thankfully, like all this awareness that I've been working on with my spiritual mentor and the spiritual comrades, and also by my own efforts, like I've been getting more and more clarity and more awareness about all the whys and all the hows and all the reasons. Now I'm slowly, I can feel my energy is changing. Like last 2 weeks ago, and actually my spiritual mentor, he often told me that I should have an account in some dating app, and I should speak out and ask out my requirements in a partner, and I should like put it on the net without being shameful, or without being without being needy. Like he told me that you should put your requirements from a partner and put it on the internet. Like there's no any harm. Like, and now the technology is so developed. Like people are finding their life mate in the internet. He told me that you should try it, and he's been telling me like for so many years. But I was always kind of rejecting because of my obsession. Like in the past, in my middle school, I was the same. Like I remember like everyone was dating with some people, and there were some guys, they were liking me, but I wasn't really giving them any opportunity. Like I was kind of rejecting them because I was obsessed with one person. And now it's the same. Like I was kind of obsessed with one person, I was kind of rejecting everyone else. But now I feel like my energy is really changing. Like last week, my spiritual mentor, he told me that Esma, you should really open an account and try to give a chance. Like try to meet new people, and like it will really help you clear out the old residue that you have from the past relationships. And you will see that the world has so many people who might be your equal, that maybe you were missing out all these years. And then I kind of thought, okay, maybe this is the time, because I'm more and more aware now of my weaknesses as a human, and also I'm becoming more and more compassionate towards myself. And then I kind of had an account, and my energy still was kind of repelling, like the idea that it was kind of as though I was being feeling as though I was being disloyal to the person that I was so in love with, despite him being rejecting me, despite him cheating on me, with other girls. Despite me waiting for him and him not waiting for me, I was still feeling, this is what the people call trauma bond. Like the other person always use you and you still want to be loyal to them. It's because of the trauma that they cause you. You just want to be loyal to them. It's like so scary. So I was still feeling like as though I would be disloyal with this behavior if I had an account. And then I opened the account, and then one day later I deleted, and then 2 days later I felt like, no, like this is like you are kind of wrongdoing to yourself. Like you cannot live for other people. You cannot be loyal to people who are not loyal to you. Like, stop being so loyal to the people who are not loyal, to the people who don't even care about you. Stop being loyal to the fantasy that you created in your brain. Because sometimes we are loyal to our illusions. We are so obsessed with the illusions that we created in our brains about certain people that we are becoming loyal to the illusions without seeing clearly. And then I opened account again, and finally yesterday some guy sent me a message, a redhead from Canada. He sent me a message that he was asking me a vegetarian restaurant, and you can't imagine how weird I became. Like, because of the message, I was so I kind of suddenly felt so excited because suddenly someone was interested in me, and I felt like I don't even know what term to use. He was just asking me vegetarian restaurants. I sent like a whole huge letter kind of message. I started to tell all the vegetarian restaurants that I've known in the whole city, and I said if he had time, he could come around to my school and I could take him to the I could show him the vegetarian options. Like, I again became so lost myself in relationships. So sometimes we really have to be calm down, and we really have to have love for ourselves. And the guy didn't even reply me after that. Like, he was maybe thinking that, like, why this girl seems so weird, and yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I don't care. At least now I'm so aware of my behaviors, and now I'm trying to get him better and better. And now I really started to see my worth. I really started to see what kind of person I deserve, because I'm so lovable, and I'm so cute, and I'm so kind, and I'm so loyal, and I'm so pretty, and I'm so nice person. And of course the right person will see that, and they will value me. But the people who don't see, no matter what you do, they will not see. You don't really need to create some illusions in your brain. No matter what you do, the person who is not compatible with you, they will never see your worth. They will never see your value. So, we don't need to give some names. We don't need to have some mental disability kind of name. We don't have to give such kind of names to ourselves. All we have to see is that reality. Sometimes we are so losing ourselves in the illusions, and we don't really see the reality. The reality is that that person doesn't like you. That person doesn't want you. You just have to accept this fact, and you have to move on. And you shouldn't be loyal to those kind of people who doesn't see your value, who doesn't want you in their lives. You have to have your dignity, and you have to move on, and you have to give options. You have to give opportunity to other options. Although I'm so against to the idea of having so many options, but I don't know. Yesterday, my spiritual mentor, 85 years old man, told me that I should talk 3 to 4 people in the dating app as a friend, and then I should decide who I want to be with. I was so pissed off. Like, why would I do that? Like, why would I have options? But maybe this is the norm. I don't know. Like, maybe this is the norm. Maybe this is what all people do. Talk many people at the same time and then choose the person they are compatible with. Although that's not me. Like, I even feel so confused with one person. I don't know how I would feel with 4 people or 3 people. Like, I would feel even more confused. I wouldn't even choose. But maybe this is the norm right now. Like, maybe you should talk many people, and then you will see how diverse the world is, how many soulmates you can have. Like, maybe we have too many soulmates, but we just sometimes miss all other options, and we just focus on one person and losing so many other people in the interim. So yeah, I was thinking about my past and my now, my current situation, about relationships, because I always create my childhood's the girl within me, the child girl within me. I always had this, I don't know, maybe because of the Turkish TV series. Like, we have so many romantic TV series that always brainwash us with all these romantic stories, as though everyone has soulmate and everyone has, I don't know, it's maybe because of the really TV series. Since my childhood, I have this fantastic, dreamy mind, and all these fantastic love stories in my mind, as though somehow I will meet my soulmate, who'll be with me forever, and we'll be together forever, ever. Like, I don't know, like, I always crave that kind of relationship. And for that, I always sacrifice so many things from myself. But I no longer want to do that. I no longer want to sacrifice myself. And plus, in the interim of all these rejections, what I saw is that they kind of became they kind of became my teacher to own my individuality, because I am an individualist person. Like, this is how I'm supposed to be. This is how I should be, based on my astrology. That's another thing that I've been using for the past few years to really understand my psychology, my psyche, and everything. Like, I'm a person who is my sun squaring the Uranus, so this makes me a very individualistic person. Like, I'm a true individualist. Like, I should actually never sacrifice from my personality. Like, I should be stubborn with my personality. Like, I should be a rebel. But those people who kind of, when I obsess with them, I kind of sacrifice from my individuality, which is against me, against my psyche, against my spirit. That is the reason maybe I suffered, because my spirit is a rebel spirit. My spirit doesn't accept any sacrifice. So I kind of saw that, okay, these relationships that I was obsessed with in the past, they are not good for me, because they are against my individuality. I should protect my individuality at all costs. Only the people who are compatible with me, who will accept my individuality, will make me happy. And I will wait till I meet those people, and they are my true soulmates, because they will accept my individuality. Yeah. So this topic came out of the morning meditation that I had with my spiritual mentor and with my spiritual comrade Pietra, when she talked about the OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, that she thinks that she have. I thought, maybe, you know what, maybe I also have, but the problem is that I think we all do have in some spectrum. But when we get aware of it, we no longer have, like, it no longer controls us. When you become aware of it, it no longer controls you. I think everything in life is all about awareness. We all have all these mental problems. We all have all these mental distortions time to time. We all have like a period of depressed mode. We all have a period maybe with the OCD or I don't know, autism or like ADHD. I don't know, like maybe I'm not even talking in a scientific way. I don't know, but I think mindfulness, awareness really matters in this kind of issues, because we are humans, we are living, we are experiencing, we are learning. Every day we are learning, and everyone is our teacher and everyone is our student. We are just learning from each other. We are just becoming who we should be, becoming who we're supposed to be. So yeah, life goes on and we are keep learning. And I'm finally feeling like I'm ready for someone who can really appreciate my individuality. And I will never sacrifice from myself, and I will maybe I shouldn't say I will never, because I'm still human, I still have weaknesses. At least I will try my best to be always aware in relationships, and I will do my best not to lose myself in relationships. I will still try my best to keep my individuality, and in the meantime speaking out clearly what I want in a relationship. And if they don't want, no problem, because everyone has different wants and needs. So there is no reason to force it. There is no reason to there's no reason to get obsessed about it just because your ego feels so rejected by that person, just because they don't accept that part of you that they don't think that is compatible with them, because everyone is different, everyone is unique. Some people likes that unique part of you, some people doesn't like. So yeah, anyway, I speak too much again, but all I wanted to say is that we are all unique, and there's no reason to name us with some mental problems. We just have to be mindful, we just have to contemplate about our traumas and try to understand all the reasons why we are behaving certain way. Yeah.